Well, it's good to see y'all tonight. Mike and I just got in from San Antonio. We were down there for a little while and got to go to Lulu's. If you've ever been to Lulu's, they have these massive sweet rolls. Mike did not tell me about them. I ordered a veggie burger. So disappointing. I've got to go back to San Antonio, so the next time we're going to come see you, and then we'll go to Lulu's. Let me say this much. On the way back, I got to go through a book, an amazing book that we put together of all the folks in the Hall of Leaders, all the ones who've won awards. And I will tell you, Mike can tell you, I sat there and went, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, these graduates, look what they did, look what they did. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's exactly what's going on tonight. We're all sitting here looking at the things that y'all have done and saying, oh my goodness, look at what you've done. And you've only had a short period of time in which to do it. And so I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about the honorees and y'all being able to share a little bit about your story and about your family. If I can finish by telling you one story that will hopefully help you as you receive this honor. I have a daughter. I have 5 kids, by the way. My youngest is Hallie, and Hallie is my weapon of mass destruction. She's very wonderful and cute and kind, and then all of a sudden she's got you tied up on the floor, hog-tied, and you don't know what happened. So I'm standing in the restroom, in the bathroom, and I'd gotten ready for coming into work, and I was brushing my hair back, and she comes in as sweet, as kind as she can be. That last child is always the best child, right, y'all? Who's the last child? Yes, we know we are. So she comes in and she looks at me and she says, Dad, I love your hair. I'm like, that's right. You like that hair. And she goes, gray is my favorite color. So she took me, lifted me up, and then body slammed me. So we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to lift you up. But if your family knows other stories and they want to tell me later about the other stories, I'm willing to listen. But we're excited for y'all. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
It's my pleasure and privilege to represent the Board of Young Associates this evening. The board, which was started in 1965, is comprised of men and women who are under the age of 40 and at least 3 years past their graduation date. Young associates are dedicated to assisting the university in recruitment, scholarships, fundraising, public relations, and alumni activities. To this end, in 2003, the board worked with the Office of Alumni Relations to develop the criteria for an Outstanding Young Alumni Award. The resulting guidelines, approved by HSU's Administrative Council, mandate that each year this honor is to be given to graduates of Hardin-Simmons University who have attained outstanding achievements in his or her field of endeavor, community, state, or nation. The fine print states that the honorees will be selected from a field of nominated alumni who at the time of their selection received or would have received their degree from HSU no more than 20 years prior and were no more than 45 years of age. Tonight's recipients were selected because they have achieved a significant level of distinction within their chosen field or have brought extraordinary benefit to the world. They symbolize the quality and manner of today's Hardin-Simmons graduate. Before going further, I must give a huge thank you to Miss Grace Mitchell, a current HSU senior, who graciously shared her time and talent to craft the citations that will be read tonight. As you hear the citations chronicling the accomplishments of our 3 honorees, I know you'll agree these individuals are fully deserving of the honor bestowed on them tonight by their alma mater. Each honoree will receive a presentation copy of their citation and the glass display awards you see. Our award presenter tonight is Ms. Shanna Smith, a 2008 alumna who was an Outstanding Young Award recipient in 2017. Shanna Smith is the Chief of Staff for Visit San Antonio, formerly the San Antonio Convention and Visitors Bureau. She focuses on the organization's long-term strategic plan, produces critical executive communications, and oversees major events and initiatives. Shanna has served on many local and statewide boards, committees, and task forces. During her 10 years in the hospitality industry, her work has won several awards and honors, including being named a recipient of Destination International's 30 Under 30 honor in 2014, and the Texas Travel Industry Association's Rising Star Award in 2011. She was recently accepted into the highly competitive Leadership San Antonio program and serves as this year's Miss Fort Sam Houston for her exceptional contributions to the military community. Shanna holds an MBA in Management from Liberty University in 2009 and is currently pursuing her Doctor of Business Administration from Walden University. The former HSU cheerleader now serves on the executive committee for HSU's Board of Young Associates. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Shanna Smith.
Thank you, Starla. Thank you so much for the privilege of being a part of this very special evening honoring these incredible individuals. Allison Ashmore, Jason and Joy Beard, and Dr. Daniel Stahl. If the four of you were anything like me, in the months leading up to this award ceremony, you may have reflected back and wondered, where has all the time gone? Because it probably feels like you were just here on this campus, back in the days when Daniel Stahl was busy running drills on the football field, studying for his classes, and working with the campus maintenance, when Allison was busy with everything from student government, Sigma Alpha, Model UN, Chorale, Bronco Sweetheart, and a member of the summer rec staff. Or when Jason and Joy were busy planning their future in between Joy's busy practice schedule and performances with the Abilene Philharmonic, the Cowboy Band, Jazz Ensemble, Orchestra, Theater, and the Six White Horse Riders. I'm sure all of you, in some ways, may wish that you could speak to that slightly younger version of yourselves back when you were walking around this beautiful 40-acre campus and wondering, what's the future going to hold? Well, we know today is that through your hard work, your dedication, persistence, grit, attitude, faith, that you have taken this life that God has given you and accomplished so much in such a short period of time. Our hope and intention is that this evening turns out to be one of the most special evenings of your life as we reflect back on your time at HSU and all of the incredible things that you have accomplished since your time here. We are proud to be honoring each of you this evening. With that, let us begin with the reading of the citation for Miss Allison Ashmore. The word bored is not in Allison Ashmore's vocabulary. While at Hardin-Simmons, she was the president of her senior class, her sorority, Sigma Alpha, and was vice president of Student Congress. She served on the steering committee for new student orientation and on the Greek Council. She was also active in Model UN and with the summer rec staff. On top of her numerous extracurricular activities, Ashmore graduated from HSU magna cum laude with double majors in Spanish and political science. After graduation, Allison attended Baylor University's School of Law, where she earned her JD cum laude. She was admitted to the State Bar of Texas in 2007 and began her career as a trial lawyer at K&L Gates in Dallas. During her 5 years, where she learned valuable skills defending clients from claims of legal malpractice, employment discrimination and retaliation, fraud, and breach of fiduciary duty. Today, Allison is a partner at Dykema, a 400-attorney firm with 13 offices around the country. She works closely with clients to resolve business disputes in a way that achieves the goals of that business. Allison's clients rely on her to know their business, evaluate the risks, and effectively advocate for them until the conflict is resolved. She handles high-stakes situations, such with customers who do not fulfill their contracts, competitors who are stealing confidential information, and board members accused with engaging in fraud or self-dealing. Allison regularly appears in both state and federal courts at the trial court level and before the Texas Court of Appeals Dallas Division and the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. Allison was recognized in Texas Super Lawyers as a rising star in the area of business litigation every year from 2012 to 2017. She was also named to the up-and-coming Top 100 Texas Rising Stars and the up-and-coming Top 50 Women Texas Rising Stars in 2017, which was the inaugural year for both of those lists. D Magazine named her on their Best Lawyers in Dallas list in 2017 and to their Best Lawyers Under 40 list just this year. Although Allison is busy with her job, she has not forgotten her time at HSU. She was a member of the Board of Young Associates from 2008 to 2013 and continues to serve as an auxiliary member today. She also volunteers for her class reunion committee here at HSU. Allison serves her community representing abused and neglected children as a court-appointed special advocate with Dallas CASA. She is also active in the legal community, serving on the board of the Dallas Women Lawyers Association. Allison is also very active at her church, Wilshire Baptist, and she currently volunteers for both the live stream ministry and the preschool ministry and plays handbells in the Carolyn Ringers. Allison is married to Sean Ashmore, and they have two beautiful children, Nathan and Joel. For her dedication to her alma mater, her outstanding service to her community, and to the field of law, Hardin-Simmons University is pleased to present the Outstanding Young Alumni Award to Allison R. Ashmore. Allison, please join us on stage.
I'm really, really very honored to be here this evening. Thank you, Dr. Bruntmeyer, Starla, and Shanna. When I got a letter notifying me that I would receive this award, I was really honored, as I still am tonight. And I started thinking back about my time at HSU, what Hardin-Simmons means to me, what I learned here. What did you learn here? What does it mean to you? For me, this was the place that taught me to ask questions. And even more than that, to ask follow-up questions. Asking questions is everything. It's the key to understanding. It's the key to reaching deeper meaning, to understanding what's truly important in matters of faith and in all matters of life. Ask questions, push further. So the questions that you ask matter. Ask, why is it that way? Am I asking the right question? What am I assuming? What's the goal here? What do you want out of this? And in the time that I've been asking questions, one of those questions was, what does success look like? What would success look like for me? What would it look like for you? And what I learned was that success is really it's living into and achieving a personalized vision. You have to define your own success. Comparison is a competition that nobody wins, no matter how competitive you are. As I am as a trial lawyer, I'm sure Eric can relate. You have to define success. So ask yourself the questions that matter for you. What do you want to achieve? How do you get there? What are you willing to compromise to get there? And what are you not? And live into that success. And the other thing that I've learned at Hardin-Simmons is to live a life of gratitude. Remembering to be thankful for what you have is really the root of happiness. Studies have shown that time and time again. What are you thankful for? Do your actions reflect what you're thankful for? Who are you thankful for? Have you told them? I get to tell them tonight. I'm thankful for Hardin-Simmons, for this place that taught me to ask questions, to push further, to ask why and look for meaning. And I'm thankful for Hardin-Simmons for bringing me the best friends. I'm so thankful for my friends from Hardin-Simmons who showed up here, so many of you tonight, and for others that aren't here. You are the best friends anyone could ask for, and you show up in prayer and in person when you're needed. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for my family, also the best family anyone could ask for. I'm so grateful that you guys are here tonight. I'm grateful for my 2 beautiful children, and I'm grateful they're not here tonight. And I'm grateful to my husband. And I'm so thankful that we have a shared vision of success that allows us to move into that vision together and to keep asking questions about what God is doing in the world and what our part of that can be and how we can be a part of God's success here. Thank you.
Now let's go ahead and turn our attention to the presentation of the award for Mr. Jason and Miss Joy Beard. Jason and Joy Beard met in high school at Wiley Baptist Church. Jason was a Wiley Bulldog and Joy a Cooper Cougar. They were married in 1997 while attending Hardin-Simmons and continued to go to school full-time and work full-time. Joy worked for the Abilene Teachers Federal Credit Union, and Jason worked for Security State Bank and First Independent Computers. When looking back on their time at HSU, the couple said, Hardin-Simmons University is a special place. It is welcoming. The campus is beautiful, and the education is outstanding. We were drawn to and loved the traditions and history of HSU. The size and friendliness of the campus and the student body is comforting and not overwhelming. Joy graduated from HSU in 2001, and Jason finished his degree in 1999 at another university. For the next 10 years, Joy taught as an elementary special education teacher, and Jason worked in banking and finance. Throughout this time, the couple enjoyed traveling and experiencing local foods. They began to think, wouldn't it be nice if there was a place in Abilene where fine and novel foods could be found? So after much prayer, research, and dreaming, Jason and Joy left their successful careers to start a business together. In 2010, the couple created Cordell's, a now thriving gourmet food store, restaurant, and coffee shop. The opening of Cordell's was the first step towards a dream that they had shared for the past 14 years. Initially, Cordell's was strictly a retail establishment, but over the next 5 years, they were able to grow and diversify their business. The couple seeks to find the best products created by the best artisans and bring them to their customers. The vast majority of their products are handmade, whether from Texas, the United States, or imported from around the world. The business is known for their oils and vinegars, which promises healthfulness and zestfulness. Cordell's also stocks coffees, chocolates, cheeses, teas, spices, and other specialty products. The couple has said, if you like to cook or if you like to eat, then we're the store for you. In May 2016, Jason and Joy were awarded the Small Business Owners of the Year Award by the Small Business Administration. Their recipes and business have been featured time and again in Abilene Crave and the Abilene Reporter News. By the end of 2016, the couple had expanded their business by operating a food truck, teaching cooking classes, catering events, participating in public speaking events, and holding private dinners. In January 2017, Joy and Jason opened their new retail location and added a bistro and a coffee and tea bar. The opening of the new location was the next step towards their ultimate dream. What started as strictly a retail, artisanal, and gourmet food store has blossomed into a three-part special place. Cordell's is now an artisanal and gourmet food store with a bistro, a coffee and tea bar, and now a catering arm. Jason and Joy hope to take the next big step soon and introduce Emerald Farms and the Green Door. Emerald Farms will house their gardens and greenhouses, a new retail space, bed and breakfast cottages, and their new farm-to-table restaurant, the Green Door. The opening of this new venue will bring their full dream to reality. This dream has been 28 years in the making, said Joy, but God has been faithful through it all, and we seek to work on His time, not on ours. Jason has dreamed about our final goals since he was about 12 years old, and we just need to keep dreaming and moving forward. The couple believes that God has given them this dream and this awesome opportunity. Their goal is to be good stewards of what He has given them and to continue to make their business a beacon of light in often this dark and cold world. For their dedication and success in the restaurant business and their commitment to the development of Abilene, Hardin-Simmons University is pleased to award Jason and Joy Beard with the Outstanding Young Alumni Award. Please join me in congratulating them.
Okay. Joy has told me that I will be doing the public speaking tonight, so thank you all very much. First, we'd like to thank Hardin-Simmons, the Board of Young Associates, and the selection committee for this award. We are very honored to receive this award. We'd also like to recognize our family and friends that are here tonight. If y'all could wave or stand. We've got my parents, Joy's parents, my grandmother, my brother and his wife, Joy's sister and her boyfriend. And we've got some more back here in the back, they're friends. Sorry, I get a little emotional. Without them, we could not do what we do. They have loved and supported us throughout our entire journey. This award does not just belong to Joy and myself, but to our family, friends, and customers who have enabled us to follow our dreams. When we were notified that we would be receiving this award, it came at a very scary and trying time in our life. At that time, I was very sick and we did not know why or how sick I was. Life seemed very, very dark and very, very bleak. We and countless others were praying for my health and for our business. When the award notification arrived and said that we would be receiving the award the next year, we felt God was assuring us everything would be okay. In May of last year, I was admitted to Hendrick Hospital and was headed to kidney failure. 11 days later, I was released and headed in the right direction. I am continuing to heal, and we continue to move forward thanks to God's provision and His faithfulness. Our family, friends, and customers have rallied around us and helped us to carry on. During the darkest time of our life, we saw God work miracles and demonstrate His amazing love. As she said earlier, Cordell's is a 28-year dream in the making. Since I was 12 years old, I've always wanted my name. I'm Jason Cordell Beard. I've always wanted my name on the restaurant, the business. My granddad, who passed away in 1987, was Johnny Cordell, and my great-granddad was James Cordell. So I always thought Cordell was a really cool name, and I was really glad to have it. Joy and I will be married 21 years this July, so condolence cards can be sent to her at the store. In each of those years, we have worked toward our goal and the dream we believe God has for us. I wish I could say that we are pillars of faith and trust, but we are human. We have doubted ourselves, we have doubted God, and many, many times we've had thoughts of quitting. However, God has been faithful. He has consistently brought us through each storm and adversity. We created Cordell's to be a community, and our customers have enabled us to become true. Every day we meet new people and have the opportunity to invite them into our community and lives. Some days are harder than others, but we get to do what we love. Thank you again for this award. We are very honored and humbled to receive it. We're excited to continue doing what we do, and we hope that we can inspire others to follow their dreams. Thank you very much.
Now we will turn our attention to the awards presentation for Dr. Daniel Stahl. For Daniel Stahl, Hardin-Simmons was more than a university. It was where he spent countless afternoons practicing plays with the football team. It was also where he spent countless evenings in the library poring over his biology textbooks. It was also where he met and married his wife, Shanae, and it was the beginning of his successful career in the field of medicine. Daniel Stahl attended high school in Boerne, Texas, where he was named a Texas 4A football all-state linebacker. He continued his football career at Hardin-Simmons, where his team won the Academic All-Conference and Academic All-American. When Stahl wasn't hitting players on the football field, he was hitting the books in the library. In 2001, he graduated summa cum laude and his Bachelor of Science in biology. He was also awarded the Most Outstanding Student Award and Who's Who in American Universities and Colleges. Upon graduation, Stahl was admitted to the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas, where he graduated again with honors. He completed his orthopedic surgery residency with Scott and White Memorial Hospital in Temple, Texas. During his residency, he also worked with the team as the team physician for Troy High School. Following his residency, he traveled to Tampa, Florida, where he completed a one-year orthopedic trauma fellowship with the Florida Orthopedic Institute at Tampa General Hospital. He now serves at Baylor Scott and White Hospital as an orthopedic trauma surgeon. Dr. Stahl is a member of many renowned societies, including Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society, the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgery, and the Orthopedic Trauma Association. He is also a board-certified diplomat for the American Board of Orthopedic Surgery. Dr. Stahl has published several research findings in academic journals, including Current Orthopedic Practice and the Journal of Orthopedic Trauma. He has also presented research at the annual meeting of the Orthopedic Trauma Association and the Orthopedic Residents Research Forum. Dr. Stahl conducted an orthopedic splint and cast workshop for the National AAPA meeting in 2009. He is also a certified BCS, ACS, ATLS, and ATLS instructor. Dr. Stahl is currently an assistant professor of orthopedics at the Texas A&M Health Science Center. Daniel and his wife are committed Christians and are active in their local church. Daniel volunteers and serves on the board for Salt Block Ministries, which equips indigenous Christian leaders in developing nations. Daniel and his wife have 3 children, Chandler, Logan, and Reagan. For a life of success and dedication in the field of medicine, Hardin-Simmons University is proud to present the Outstanding Young Alumni Award to Dr. Daniel Stahl. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Stahl.
Thank you all very much, and much kudos to the Board of Young Associates for getting a doctor, a lawyer, and an entrepreneur in the same building. It's like a joke made to happen there. So I had the opportunity today to come here and spend some time on campus and kind of reflect back, and had an unbelievable opportunity to go with Dr. McNair in one of the anatomy and physiology classes this morning and talk to some of the students that are kind of getting started in their pathway, pre-medicine, taking the MCAT, going to medical school. And then I found myself at the field house with Coach Burleson. Brought back a lot of memories. And then tonight, I actually got to sit beside a fellow graduate, fellow alumni, who is also a fellow colleague of what we called the LBC, or the light bulb crew of the maintenance department here. So yeah, congratulations, we did a great job. And actually the irony of this, because I learned tonight that the maintenance crew is not really head up by the students anymore, or really it was mostly the football team and some other of our friends. And the irony of that is because it was in this building that me and another guy named Brandon Tibbetts found ourselves in the stairwell right over here changing a light bulb. It was out. And so we went upstairs and we said, okay, we changed the light bulbs, didn't come on. I said, well, it has to be the ballast. So we take the ballast out, and I don't know much about it. We was on the job training. So we take this ballast out and we put a new one in. We just grabbed one and put it back in, and then we left the building, and then we were leaving. We looked behind us and realized there was a lot of fire trucks coming. And we were like, oh, that's pretty bad. I don't know what's happening. Then they showed up to this building, and turns out, well, you can't put a 220 or a 240 ballast. You can't put a 110 ballast in a 220 or 240 ballast. It smokes a whole lot, makes fire alarms go off, and the whole school is evacuated. So anyway, so we find ourselves here, 15, 16 years later. And so you kind of reflect back on this and say, what gets you here? What gets you to this time? It's family. You look around the supporters that are here. It starts with my mom and my dad, Bubba and Beth Stahl. The values of the hard work, putting God first in my life, and keeping that at all cost. Man, it served me well, so thank you. Coming here, being led by my future father-in-law, who was my defensive coordinator and linebacker coach. You should get an award for navigating that somehow, I don't know. And then Coach Keeling, and just godly men that led me in my college. I'll never forget showing up here as a freshman and being in the locker room and looking up on the board and hearing Coach Keeling time and time again talk about the values. It was up on the board: God, family, school/work, in those orders, and also things that I use even to this day to teach residents that I teach. Acronym of WIN: what's important now. These things I carry with me to this day. When I came here, when I was graduating high school, I came here to coach and teach. I was going to be a coach. I was dedicated. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to coach. I want to coach young men and coach them in football and do the things that I was taught. And I was dedicated. And then I went on a mission trip with my dad and felt God calling me to be something different. And the irony now is I get to coach and teach young surgeons how to operate. So the Lord knows what he's doing. I then found myself later on today, as I was walking around, I got to do a little media deal, and they asked me a question. Said, what is Hardin-Simmons to you? And I really started thinking about it. I said, well, it's family, because my dad, who had everything he wanted as a cowboy, gave it all up. He found himself here as a student in the ministry, brought us along with him. And then my mother-in-law, future father-in-law, found themselves here as a coach. They happened to have a very beautiful daughter. And that was my family, my future family. And so, how do you plan all that? Well, that's what Hardin-Simmons was to me. It formed my family and where I went. And really placed a foundation and a starting block for my life, my career, the values that got me to where I can be helpful to other people. And so I get the opportunity, because of the things that were instilled here, to help others in the time of their need. As a trauma surgeon, nobody wants to come see me. It's when you're broken badly. And so hopefully get to help them in a time of need, be hopefully a light in their darkness. And all the while I get to teach young surgeons how to do it and how to do it right. And so, again, bring myself back to family. I look, again, anybody who knows anybody who's been through residency, and then when you do a trauma fellowship, the hours that are spent and the nights. My wife, who put me through medical school, met here, and I'll never forget, she has pushed me the whole way, and so I thank you. And I'll never forget my fellowship. I started on a Friday night one night, and Friday morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, we operated all day. And then we continued to operate all night because one more trauma. And then a school bus wrecked, and we had to stay up, and we were up all night Friday night, and then all day Saturday. And then as soon as I got to go home, I got to pull in the driveway, and I got called back because another major accident happened. And so then all night Saturday night I was up, and then got home Sunday morning and thought the same thing, another trauma. Found myself coming home after about 72 hours of being awake, and I laid down on the bed, and it was very early in my year of fellowship, and I looked at my wife and I said, I don't think I can do this. For a whole year, this is not possible. And she looked at me and she said, well, you need to get up because your kids are in there waiting for you. And so thank you for pushing me. You're always backed by the individual who pushes you the hardest. And so thank you very much. And so again, and I look back at my kids, Chandler, Reagan, and Logan, who all got to be here tonight. And I think about the future. And so hopefully that we can leave here tonight and think about what we can do as a university, as a group, to instill the same values that all of us have been instilled here with to our kids, and hopefully build a future in those values, and it'll be successful. So thank you guys very much.
Let's all stand and give these three amazing individuals a round of applause. Congratulations.
And let's give Shanna a round of applause too for the wonderful readings. And thank all of you in our audience for being here this evening to help Hardin-Simmons University honor these four outstanding young alumni: Allison Ashmore, Jason and Joy Beard, and Daniel Stahl. And congratulations to all of you recipients. We are proud of you, and we are pleased to count you as our own. BYA members, we'll see you back in this room tomorrow morning at 7:45 a.m. for some caffeine. And we'll get our open retreat opened up with some breakfast and a devotional shared by Dr. Bob Ellis, and a panel focused on working towards excellence presented by all three of tonight's award recipients. Shortly, our photographer will be taking photos of our award recipients and stage party, so they may pull them away from you for just a few minutes. But please feel free to stay in this room. We have it all night. Visit as long as you would like. And then to conclude our evening, I would like to invite our Young Associates Chaplain, Mr. Corey Bearden, up here to pray for us. And then we'll finish up with the HSU anthem by Chris and Carrie Norwood.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for a chance to honor Allison, Jason, Joy, and Dan. We thank you for the example they are, for who they are to their families, for the example they are of our university. We ask your blessings on their lives. In your name I pray. Amen.